Well, uh, Saints just punched it in for yet another touchdown, and boy, it's about to be 45-27. I can't say I'm shocked at the score at this well, not final score, but um, so we're 4 minutes away from officially being eliminated. I didn't have much hope for this game. I mean, for obvious reasons, and even if they came in with like a 2% chance. They say, I don't know where they get the 2% from, but you know, it wasn't going to happen. But I don't know. So I wasn't too emotionally invested in this game, but it's been more sad than anything. Just, I mean, defense has just been trucked the entire game. Just a terrible, terrible game by the defense. We got a couple of picks off of Breeze. Breeze has not looked good in this game. Frankly, I don't know why he's even been playing because they keep talking about how he's trying to protect his ribs. Well, probably shouldn't be playing then. But I mean, we got a couple of picks. Harrison Hand got a pick. Hardy Nickerson got a pick. Eric Wilson almost got a pick. We had another one that got tipped up in the air, that almost got picked. So we could have maybe had four picks, but you know, when we haven't been picking Breeze off or almost picking him off, it's just been a disaster. I mean, I don't even know what the yardage is at this point, but I think I saw, what was it? We gave up the most rushing yards in a half since like 2005. The first half. I mean, we were just the defense was never competitive on like a down by down basis in this game, and you know that's not that surprising, but you got to keep up in a shootout. You know, and we knew we were going to have to score a lot of points, and I'm at wit's end with Gary Kubiak. This guy, he's one of the worst coaching hires of any level in the history of Minnesota sports. He is so bad. He just does not want to call the plays necessary to make this offense work, and specifically in this case to make it work in a shootout. He's and I get so sick of the fucking Vikings fans who don't know shit, who say that this is Mike Zimmer telling Gary Kubiak what to do. No, there's a game plan, there's a formula. You want to run the ball, you want to do it. That doesn't mean you call this bullshit up the middle runs, get Kirk killed in the pocket, and they do it all the time. And it's the same. It's the same thing as the Bears game. We go away from it, and this offense looks amazing. Kirk has had a very good game. Dalvin's looked good. Irv Smith's got a couple touchdowns. Jefferson's looked good. Thielen's looked really good. Like, the offense moves, and then it's like on a drive by drive basis. Like, Kubiak's flipping a coin to decide, okay, is this the drive where I'm going to call plays like a competent offensive coordinator, or is this the drive where I'm going to call plays that are guaranteed to fail and will fail and always do fail? You know, I don't want to go drive by drive. You know, on this, but there have been several key points. I mean, basically every offensive drive is a key drive in this game because you can't you can't put up a zero on offense, because that's it. Like, you know, everyone watching this game knew the second the Vikings started to fall behind because maybe they had a drive that didn't produce a touchdown or maybe only got a field goal, that was it. So they've been playing catch up the whole game, but you know we're in this predicament on defense because of everything. I mean, we'll get to that, but we're in this predicament on offense because our offensive coordinator is a fucking moron, and I hate Gary Kubiak. He is an idiot. He is a moron. I don't know why he's even here. Because contrary to what a lot of these idiot fans think, Mike Zimmer is not telling Gary Kubiak to call these stupid plays. He has a formula. He has a game plan. If you want to run the ball, you want to, you know, use Dalvin a lot, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not you. It's not running the ball is not the problem. It's how you run. And they just go to these back to these vanilla runs and terrible, slow developing pocket passes, and they always do it at these moments that like you can't do it. Like they get the pick. Um, there's so many points in this game I can't remember what the score was at the time. I think it was 20. I think it might have been 21-17 at the time. They get the pick. Harrison Hand gets the pick. We got the ball down like 4. We could go and take the lead, maybe, and not have to play catch up the rest of the game. And what does Kubiak do? He calls it draw up the middle and like a little dump off pass from the pocket, and before you know it, we're punting. It's like just that fast. Like even now, as I'm doing this, we're driving again because we're doing the up tempo shit. Well, now of course we have no choice, but it's not going to matter now because you're down 18 points with less than 3 minutes left. It's over. Season's over, and the season was over last week. But you know, and Irv almost got a third touchdown. Like I gotta imagine like there's like wannabe offensive coordinators all around the NFL. Assistants, quarterback coaches, running back coaches, you name it, and in college too. Like guys who want to get in the NFL, and they're looking at the not specifically looking at this game, but I mean they look at a team with this kind of skill, talent, really good quarterback, no matter what any of the fucking haters say. Um, Great receivers, amazing running back, really good tight ends. Offensive line stinks, but you can work around that. That's another thing Kubiak refuses to do is work around it. And they gotta be just drooling at what they could maybe do with this talent. And instead, we are stuck with Gary Kubiak and his bullshit up the middle run plays, his slow developing pocket passing. Like, okay, you can rip Kirk and say, "Oh, well, he's not mobile, so therefore he sucks." No, you can. It's not. That's not the reality. Like, you can compete at a high level on offense with a quarterback who's not that mobile, and at times they do it. But if you're leaving Kirk to die in big moments in the pocket, which Kubiak is just doing all the time, and he's been doing it all year, and he's been doing it in key moments, that's cost us games. That's cost us this game today. I mean, it's hard to say in a game where where you're giving up 45 points that you know, your offensive play calling is what cost you the game, but like you have to coach differently. You just have to. You have to coach differently. You can't coach this offense and call these plays even if the let's see we had a great defense, you still can't throw away drives like they do. Um, right now we're not even getting it. Now we're not even going to punch it in here. It's 4th and goal. But it's just fucking frustrating, and it's like going forward. Honestly, like there's a lot of things they need to do for next year. Key among them is just getting players back who have been hurt and getting your home field advantage back, hopefully with actually having home fans. But they have to do something different with the offensive coordinator. They just have to. And I know it's like it's kind of the easy thing for fans to just bitch about the offensive coordinator all the time, but he's the guy doing this. Like we saw it last year with Stefanski. If you have an offensive coordinator who knows what they're doing, you know, this offense can be great. And we see it in bits and pieces all throughout the season. Like they can be great. They've been at times great today against a good defense. But it's this. I don't understand the going away from the stuff that works. Whether it's even in a drive or drive to drive. Like Like the drive that basically killed you today was that one with after the hand interception, and then you just it was basically the same exact. Hey, we scored a touchdown. Um, Thielen got one. And you call these just crap plays? It was the same drive last week when we got the Dantzler pick and we had a chance, and then he calls this vanilla bullshit, and we turn it over on downs. This here it was calls this vanilla bullshit, and you know we got a fight going on here. I don't know who's fighting, but there's flags. Who knows? Could be the Saints being dirty. Don't think I didn't notice that they went at Kirk low on a roughing the passer, which they actually called, which was nice. They might even overturn the touchdown. I'm not sure he was even in the end zone. It doesn't matter. This game was lost long before this. And maybe turn the ball over, or turn the. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? This is just garbage time at this point. You know, we're 2 minutes and 10 seconds or so away from elimination. I don't know. I'm getting too distracted here. But, like our season's over now today. I mean, yeah. Oh, wow. Unnecessary roughness on the Saints? Hard to believe that would ever happen. But, a lot of guys in this offense deserve better. Like, you've got an offensive roster that, look, the offensive line is what it is, and they were bad again today when they had to be. Like, if you call on this offensive line to really block, they're not going to do it for you. But the skill players, like across the board, have had a really good game today, and they've got 33 points, and they've got still 33 points, which we didn't hit the 2, but and it seems weird. Okay, we scored 33 points, and you're blaming the offensive coordinator. Yeah, I am, because the difference in this game, like, neither defense. I don't think the Saints are going into the playoffs with this defense. They can't feel too good about the way their defense is played today, but their offense never let up. Their play calling never let up. Ours did. Kubiak blinked. Kubiak just keeps doing it. He keeps doing these bullshit runs up the middle. There was like a 1st and 20 at one point today, and they run it right up the middle. Like, I don't know. And he leaves Kirk back there to get killed. It's the same shit. Like, we all see just the same shit every game, and I don't know why it doesn't change. Maybe that is a Zimmer issue. Zimmer's got to be seeing this shit too. Like, again, Zimmer's not telling Kubiak to call stupid plays that are doomed to fail and that always do fail. But, and Saints got the onside kick, so they'll probably just run the clock out, because we damn sure ain't getting the ball back. So that'll probably be 45-33 final. And look, we're not a playoff team. The way this defense is just completely cratered in the last couple of games, we're not a playoff team. It's like just the way it is. But I don't know. I don't. It's like you expect the defense to be shitty. Like we were down like 4 linebackers today. It's just insane. the injuries are just have never let up, and they've just gotten worse and worse and worse every week. And and you're playing a really good team. Like the Saints are still, I think the Saints are still one of the favorites, certainly to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl, but um, you know, you're gonna have a bad day on defense against this team. You just are. I mean, you got a bad day against the Bears. Of course, you're gonna have a bad day against the Saints. I don't even look at it like and look, it's been disgusting. The defensive performance today has been disgusting. There's been a lot of plays where they don't even look like they can even pass for professionals with some of the tackling and just some of the guys being left completely wide open, plays not being made. Um, and but again, it's like I kind of expect it. Like I don't know how you don't expect it. Like people are like the trash Democrat. Like he has no personnel. He is basically for most of this season, especially now with Kendricks out. Basically, it's a oh god, yeah. Well, they almost gave up another touchdown here. Well, that's just fucking rubbing it in. Fuck you, Sean Payton. You little butthole looking motherfucker. Um, but, you know, basically, like, if you watch the fourth quarter of a preseason game, like the fourth preseason game where it's really nobody out there, that's basically what Zimmer's been putting out there on defense for the back half of the season. And especially the last couple weeks. Like, there's some, I don't even remember the guy's name. It was like, starts with an N. And he was out there today as like a cornerback, and I'd never heard of him. Never heard of him. And I follow this stuff. I never heard of him. Like, they've got just nobody. They have no personnel on defense. Chris Jones might be one of the worst players who has ever played major snaps for the Vikings. Um, you know, at best you can hope for is one of these young guys maybe make a play like Harrison Hand did. Hardy Nickerson got a pick. Obviously like Dantzler's made plays here and there, and like that's the best you can hope for with some of these guys. But on a down to down basis, you're going to get trucked by everybody who's any good. And so that's like I just don't look at it like yeah, blame the defense. Ultimately you give up 45 points and fuck, they might even run it in on us again. They might put up 50. Yeah, okay, that's you lose because of that, but you're gonna be bad on defense. You have the offense to win shootouts, and they won't. They won't do it. Kubiak will not do it. It's like it's got to be it's either stupidity or ego with Kubiak. And again, you can say it's Zimmer saying to Kubiak, call these plays. I don't fucking buy that shit at all. Because game plan and play calling are different things. I don't have a problem with the game plan of we want to focus on Dalvin Cook. Of course you want to focus on Dalvin Cook. That doesn't mean you have to run Dalvin Cook up the middle all the time. And then when you pass, that doesn't mean you have to have slow developing pass plays that get Kirk killed in a pocket that's always going to collapse against any competent defense. And as we've seen a few times recently, against not so competent defenses. And I don't, it's got to change. We'll have one more game left here. We'll be playing the Lions, and who knows who's going to even be out there for that game. Maybe we win, maybe we don't. But it's kind of almost irrelevant. I mean, there's some like statistical goals for people. Jefferson's chasing the rookie yardage record. I don't know where he stands with that now. Oh, look, they ran it in again. They ran up the score on us. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Another touchdown for Kamara. So we got a 50 burger dropped on us. It's kind of inevitable that we'd probably get a 50 burger dropped on us sometime. Oh, and he tied a record for the six rushing touchdowns, tying an NFL record. Well, isn't that nice? So that's probably why they did it. That's probably why they threw that long pass to get Kamara another touchdown. Whatever. Fuck you. Well, it's one thing to run up the score on a team that's like got their guys out there, but to make a big production of running up the score on a team that's playing a bunch of fucking scrubs. That's, you're a real man, Sean Payton. You're a real man. Too bad COVID didn't take you out. But God, where was I before that? Hey, look, well, we get the ball on offense again, so maybe we can get some. Yeah, this is just the statistical stuff. Cook's chasing 2,000 scrimmage yards. I don't know where he stands after today. He had a solid game, but nothing spectacular. And you might not even play him next week. I mean, there's an argument to be made to not even play him next week. And Jefferson's chasing the rookie receiving yardage record, and I don't know where he stands on that. I think he was like 180, 190 yards short. He's maybe he'll get some more here at the end. 52-33. Yeah. But the one upside of this, there's two upsides. One, Packers cannot clinch home field advantage just yet. And two, this will clinch the South for the Saints, so fucking Brady doesn't get the division. So those are two positives. But it's really just statistical at this point, for next week. But looking forward, there has to be a change at offensive coordinator. And I know that Zimmer's got this reputation. It's kind of made up because a lot of the narratives around the Vikings are made up. Zimmer's got this reputation of running off offensive coordinators. I mean, two of them left to become head coaches, so of course you're going to do that. Like, I look at it that Zimmer's actually been pretty successful with offensive coordinators, all things considered, considering two of them became head coaches off of working with him. So, Turner, that was a mess. DiFilippo was a bust, and I'm sorry, Kubiak's a bust. Kubiak might not be as big of a bust as DiFilippo, but he is. And you gotta just recognize that now. And in the offseason, do something. I don't know if it's promoting from within or if it's going outside the organization and bringing somebody in from another NFL team or maybe college. But, we've seen, like, hell, the Gophers had a change in offensive coordinator this year, and it was night and day. They just look terrible. Like, offensive coordinators, and they make a big difference, and we've seen it this year with just some of just the inexplicable meltdowns on offense, and most of that is because of play calling. Even now, Kirk's running for his life because they won't, even now, it's literally just garbage time, and they won't call plays that get Kirk out. Like, he ran out of the pocket, but it's not designed for that. And people talk about, we got to get rid of Kirk and get a mobile quarterback. No, we don't. If we had, let's say we had Jalen Hurts, let's say we drafted Jalen Hurts, Kubiak would just keep him in the pocket. It's an offensive coordinator problem. It is not a quarterback problem. It's certainly an offensive line problem, but again, you can work around an offensive line. If an offensive line is just mediocre, like, we've got a couple pieces on our offensive line that I think are pretty good, but the whole doesn't work, and the whole doesn't work because of the play calling. So I don't know. I think there's not much to take away from this game. I mean, most everybody on offense, as far as the players, had pretty good games, like the skill players, and we had a couple little flashes with individual plays on defense. But man, 52. I don't know when the last time was we gave up 50, but I know it's been a while. We hadn't even given up 40 in a long time. God, even now, they won't even call a play to get Kirk outside the pocket, and even just to chuck a ball 40 yards downfield. But yeah, I mean, so our season ends. There'll be more time to talk about the future. But second time we've been eliminated from the playoffs on Christmas. 2005 that happened. Similar season. And, similar season where we kind of had a terrible start, rallied, and then fell apart right at the end. I mean, again, I'll talk about the. I keep getting distracted by the actual game. There's a lot to talk about for the future of the Vikings, which isn't all bad. I mean, I'm sorry. There's a lot to be hopeful for next year. I mean, this is just like this is the actual the nail was basically about 90% of the way in the coffin. This game puts it that last. A wide receiver screen. A wide receiver screen on 4th and 10. If that ain't a microcosm, why would you? Why a micro? Why? And there we go. The most points. Holy shit! Most points is 63. Oh, good lord, man! I didn't think it was that long. God, I thought maybe like that 84 team got blasted. Holy shit! 1963. Last time we gave up this many points. I was a long way from even existing at that point. I don't know. Again, I don't really blame Zimmer though. I just don't. He's got nobody to put out there. We see when he has personnel, he's a great defensive coach, and he patched this thing together for a lot of the season here. But they completely ran out of gas and then some. And 52-33 will be the final here as they're kneeling down. Looks terrible. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, but hope to God that next year you have a lot better luck with personnel and injuries and actually get a home field advantage and just that everything's gone against them. And but even this, like, you get the short week, like you got to go play on a short week on a holiday in New Orleans against one of the best teams in the NFC. It's like nothing has been laid out positively for the Vikings this year, and and now they're going to have a losing season, and this will be their first losing season since Zimmer's first year. They kind of are what they are. I mean, it was fun watching them rally back into playoff position, but believe me, I wouldn't have gotten excited as I was if I had known that their defense was going to just completely run out of gas to this degree, and that Kubiak was going to just not do what it's necessary to keep up. And even that last fucking play, a wide receiver screen on 4th and 10. Like, that's your fucking play call. Thielen was lucky to get like 7 or 8 out of that. So, but wow, humbug. What a year, man. What a year. We're almost done. 2020 is almost over in every way. Hope that God next year's better than this, because we had some highlight wins here. I mean, we had some fun wins, but and I'm not one of those people who regrets that we won some games because we fucked up our draft position. But I think we got as far as we could with this defense and with this offensive coordinator. We got a lot of changes to make for next year, but top 2 things is just get a new offensive coordinator. Let Kubiak retire. He's treated this job as a retirement job to begin with. Just let him retire, and just have better luck with defensive injuries, and hopefully there won't be any pandemic to deal with, so we don't have players opting out, and we'll actually have a home field advantage next year, and just it can be a loser's lament to talk about luck, but we've had no luck this year at all with just everything, just injuries and opt-outs and no home field advantage, and the schedule. Like we're gonna end up having played half our games against 10+ win teams. Like on top of everything, we had a really fucking tough schedule, and then we slipped up in a couple of the quote unquote easy games, and you can't do it. But all right, well. I'm gonna go have some Christmas dinner leftovers, but 52-33 is the final. Boy, we are eliminated from the playoffs. But, better times are ahead. People are going to call for everyone to be fired because that's what they do. And watch, they're going to blame Cousins for losing this game in which we gave up 52 points. You watch. You know damn well that's going to happen. They'll probably start talking about how Cousins isn't good on Friday night football. So we got the Lions finished up next week. A couple of statistical things to hope for, maybe, but I don't know if those guys will even play to achieve them. But, to the true Vikings fans, the ones who actually stick by the team and don't call for everyone to just be fired, and I know I'm calling for Kubiak to be fired, but fuck, come on. I'm not calling for Zimmer to be fired. Zimmer's got a track record of success here. I'm not calling for Kirk Cousins to be released. Kirk Cousins is a damn good quarterback. For the good Vikings fans, Merry Skolmas. Hopefully, we get a little more happy times next year, and even if we don't, maybe we'll have some fun times along the way on the roller coaster.